Greetings and salutations. This vessel is El Conquistador, and today on El Conquistador Plays, he goes on a rampage. Ha 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 ha! We all have deep-seated rage issues. Unfortunately, many of you saw the darker side of El Conquistador while he was playing Power Wash Simulator. He, like the rest of you, has a limit, and that limit was reached because that game serves no purpose. There was no real-world goal in it to make LC feel good. So he's hitting the reset button to a simpler time, where all that mattered was the high score, and healthy coping mechanisms were never talked about. Enter in 1986. Most arcade cabinets had 1 or 2 players. But what if you had more than one friend? That's a crazy concept to most of us, but it was in fact possible. So you could just take turns, we all had limited quarters, or you could have a 3-way on the Rampage cabinet. Oh yeah, that's right! You could live out all your fantasies as a gorilla, a lizard, or a wolf by destroying everything in your path. There's no greater feeling than total annihilation. But just in video games, of course. Despite what The Rock does to most movies he's in, George, Lizzie, and Ralph still have a special place in old El Conquistador's heart, as Rampage was one of the first arcade games he can remember playing. And thanks to Midway Arcade Origins for the Xbox, he can relive all that glory from the comfort of his basement dwelling. Now, that's enough talk. It's time for El Conquistador to grab his Xbox Series X controller and spank some buildings with that monkey. Okay, Midway Arcade Origins. We're playing Rampage. There's a ton of games in here, so highly recommend checking the rest of them out. Old school arcade games are just really the best. So we're going to go George. We're going to hit some free play here, whatever that means. These graphics are phenomenal in the context of 1986. We got George. You know, he's the monkey that everybody wants. All right, so let's beat up some buildings, yo. Oh, and we get to eat people. Classic. And so you could climb up. Oh no. Fall damage might not have been a thing back then. Alright. Oh, that building's coming down. Oh, okay. You can kind of see that George is taking some damage here. He just ate somebody and got some fire breath. This game, of course, would be more fun with 3 people going. But, you know, LC doesn't have any friends, so. So that sign there that's electrified, oh, look at us bring that down. Oh, the fall damage is a thing. That's no good. All right, day 2. That sign, you got to hit it when it's not electrified, because it will electrocute you. Surprise. Oh, yeah, we just ate that guy. So when you eat people, it gives you a little bit of health back. So you want to eat as much as you can. Oh, get those choppers. Oh, got electrocuted by something. Jeez, these people are relentless. Although, giant monkey climbing buildings is a story as old as time. Oh, well, nope, we didn't, it just says, damn. Damn! Oh, nice, we got a whole thing there. Alright. This monkey moves quick, we're already in Chicago. Punching down doesn't really seem to do all that much. There's got to be some way to latch onto a building when you jump, but maybe not. No, you can't jump across the building. Did that train just disappear in his butt? Because that is what it looked like. Alright, and as you can see, LC is not great at this game. I played it a little bit just to see what it was like. Oh, you turn into a normal naked person. Forgot about that. It's just like, oh, hey, you're this giant monkey. All of a sudden, you're a naked person. So, okay. Again, this is free play, so obviously we could play this game forever. Let's just spend a proverbial $1 on this game and see how far we can get. Part of this is just, there's a lot going on this screen for an old school arcade game. It just, again, how powerful these things were compared to home consoles. It's just incredible. Nice, we got one of those immediate ones. Wow, LC's almost dead already. This game gets hard quick. And again, without other people here, it's not as fun. Plus, they're very much focused in on you. Yeah. Oh, so it's some kind of pill then that makes them this way. Well, there are a lot of pills these days that make you bigger, but probably nothing that turns you into a giant ape. Dang it! They pinpoint accuracy with those freaking sticks of dynamite. Ah, there we go. There's 50 cents. 50 cents gone. Elsie enjoys that you have to watch the whole animation before you can come back. Nice blimp bringing us in. So there's many versions of this game out there since this original. LC remembers he had one for PlayStation that was pretty fun. And again, the gameplay is virtually this. See, he didn't wait for the sign there, so he got electrocuted. Gameplay, of course, is the same, but that brings it into the 3D world. I'm not really sure if they made any beyond that, but there's probably... They remake everything, so it wouldn't be a surprise. It's another one of those things LC didn't do a great job researching before this. He's had this Midway collection for a while, so it's just something... He saw this and immediately knew he had to play it. Jeez, these guys are relentless. This is only, what, level 3? Level 4? Are we through this really quickly? Kalamazoo. Where is Kalamazoo? Missouri? Somebody will probably look that up. So yeah, it's just a bunch of destruction. This game is a much better example of enjoyment than the previous one LC played, and he's not going to mention it by name because it'll just put him in a rage-induced coma, and who knows what'll happen. It's just, yeah. These guys get you pretty quick. It's going to go off to that side of the screen. All right, so we're on our last technical proverbial quarter here. So we'll see what we can do here. But it's an arcade game, so it's not all that surprising that it's very difficult very quickly. And obviously, again, with more practice, LC would do better. But that's not what this is about. This is just about experiencing the past, the present, and sometimes even the future. Let's eat that guy. All right, let's get the sewer guy. We didn't have time. Detroit. Ugh, did they even notice that the monkey destroyed it? There's LC thinks it's one of the scary movies. It's either 3 or 4 because Charlie Sheen was the star of it, and he thinks it was a War of the Worlds spoof where they had those giant machines walking around, and they do the bit about Detroit, and it's like, oh, Detroit is in grave trouble. Look what it looked like before, and of course it's smoking and on fire, and then now look at it, and then it's just, it still looks the same, but it's just got giant robots walking around in it. LC got lost in Detroit once, and it was before he had a reliable GPS, and it wasn't the most pleasant experience of getting lost. Ooh, that did a lot of damage. But it happens, you know, it happens. The Detroit Tigers Stadium was absolutely gorgeous, but it is surrounded. All right, well that's it. Detroit bested us this time. So pretty much, so we got 200, we're going to let that count down, 210,300 points here. We got to Detroit, which LC lost count of what levels. So game over, new high score. Okay, as always, El Conquistador advocates you take a break while you're gaming, and that's real easy with an arcade game because there's a very clear, definitive end. So he'll be right back, and just, you know, taking an enjoyable break. So there's actually not going to be a bit this time because a bunch of you have told El Conquistador that some of his videos are too long for you. So he's going to eat cheese crackers until he feels like he's done. And he's going to make you listen to it. Wow. And he doesn't know how long he's going to do this. If you ask some of the stars of El Conquistador Grows Online, this is basically what it's like playing with LC. When there's no cameras rolling, he just doesn't stop eating. Oh, these are so dry. Oh. Oh, it's getting hard to swallow. Well, it's so freaking good. Oh, jeez. Okay, LC's done eating. That's the cost of his hubris. Okay, this time we're gonna pick a different monster, but we're gonna try to get a little bit further. We're gonna go Lizzie here. All right, we're in Peoria. All right, missed that the first time. So let's see if we can get past Detroit in our 4 quarters. Whoop, hit the wrong button already. Off to a terrible start. It's, you know, not like you didn't play this already. So The food must be from a later iteration that he's recalling, because he doesn't really hasn't really seen any. Although there's something he keeps eating that keeps giving him like flame breath. Not really paying that close of attention is the problem. Oh, that guy's putting dynamite at the bottom of the building. Interesting. So he's trying to blow up his own people inside there just to get to little LC. Okay. That's very... Are those the rules of war? Joliet. Probably also Illinois, since we know we'll get to Chicago eventually. Which... all these cities kind of look the same back in the 80s. Oh yeah, okay. So still some fall damage there. We are just getting bombarded here. Wow, they took they took themselves out here. Kind of hilarious. All right. We're making it. Chicago. I mean, that's how you know you made it, if you made it to Chicago. It's a musical as well. Highly recommend you see it if you have the chance. It's about a bunch of ladies who murder their husbands in the 1920s. Oh, it's that makes sense. Lizzie's a girl, and they murder them and try to become famous, something like that. It's a movie, also, but LC is cultured, so he's only ever seen the stage show, and he is an Amos guy. For those of you who have seen it, you understand. Oh, geez, they're dropping... oh, that just knocked LC off the building entirely. Oh, yeah, you can punch up. And, jeez. Wow, these guys are relentless. He swore that eating some people gave you health back, but it's hard to pay attention to the damage meter. And you're getting just bombarded by dynamite and helicopter. All right. We are near... just avoided that rocket. Oh, so a radioactive lake made Lizzie. She was. So pill for George, radioactive lake for Lizzie. At least there's different things. Although that probably makes sense. Since they are different creatures. You'd think everybody would turn into the same thing if it was all for the same reason. But that's probably going into the lore of a game from 1986 a little too much. Again, even Mario just it's just like, yo, this dude stole my princess. I'm gonna go murder him and his turtle friends. I mean, that's the wealth of storytelling you get out of that game. And other naked Lizzie. All right, we are at 50 cents. Sources would be in favor of LC making it this time, or doing better at least, but you never know what could happen. Things got crazy real fast once we got to Detroit. Oh, so if you jump off the building, it doesn't do fall damage. Ace. Yeah. Alright, take that, Kalamazoo. Ooh, gotta destroy that taxi. Ooh, lady. Get back here. Yeah. Jeez. You think they'd be out of helicopters by now. Dun 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 dun. The original King Kong with the giant puppet, that is just an absurd movie to watch today, because it just, they remaster it in HD and it just exposes all of the, just how fake it was. But that was, again, groundbreaking back in its day. LC just laughs every time he sees that Muppet, though, trying to climb buildings. But terrifying film when it was made. All right, here we are, Detroit. We have 2 quarters left, so we're doing good. Just imagine this being, a game you got to play. Oh, it was a good time. You got 2 other people, even if you didn't know them. Arcades were simpler times. Sometimes you could just get in on a cabinet with somebody, help each other out, never talk to them again. Those were the days. It's not like Xbox Live is now. Like the 8-year-old kids screaming at the top of their lungs in your ear. You didn't have people trying to live out their failed music careers in the microphone. No, just people that gathered for one common goal, and that was to beat, you can't really beat this game, but this is to get that high score. All right, so we have 1 quarter remaining. It definitely looks like we are going to get that high score. Ooh, the water. Didn't notice that before. Ah, tank. And again, it's not like this military can't take care of things here. But perhaps dynamite wasn't their one of the best goal. Oh, jeez. This is just impossible with the tanks here. We're going to get to 1 more city at least. Because again, they are just wrecking LC. All right. Where to after Detroit? All right, we already learned that. Factoid. And apparently it's just Detroit again. There's still more to destroy in Detroit, but we know we made it past the first stage of it and further than we did before. Well, that's Rampage, folks. Really fun game. It just really is. It's that classic arcade, and it's just a great time with friends to just cause complete and total annihilation of the cityscape. So play it any way you can. It's a great time, and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and even though he choked on it a little bit, LC's going to eat a few more crackers and have himself a very good night. See you next time, folks. Now, the video's over. You can leave now.